London. Brazil took it back like the whole world took it back to Ferg. Tell 'em, lay back, slow down. Better represent when we come to your town. Say, lay back, slow down. What you represent when we come to your town? Say. Getting with the business, I'ma be there in a minute. I just booked a Paris ticket, thinking Russia need a visit. I'ma run it to the limit and be on my way to Venice. LA got the people saying, Brooklyn saying, Hacienda saying, Vegas saying, Rio saying, Tokyo saying, down under saying. Business when I come from Kansas City, hit Manila till it's Christmas time to India. Visit Puerto Rico, is this visit? Bring my people back to Venice. LA got the people saying, Moscow saying, España, Kingston saying, San Diego saying, Shutdown saying, Germany saying, La Puente saying, Ibiza. Every city, every state, every country you know. Every city, every state, every country you know. This is how it goes. Every city, every state, every country you know. All around the globe.
boy up on the land till I die, till I die, on the east side till I die, till I die, rocking that wine and gold till I
Cali, Convict music. We the best. Yeah. We taking over. Listen.
Spread out with South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, on to North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. From down in Miami, where it's warm in the winter. On up to Minnesota, where it's storm in the winter. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Memphis, holla at me. B&H-Town, Southside, Cloverland, that I'm the man out in Dallas. Better ask Cali. Catman out Cali with my eyes open valley. Blowing and spinning, going down in it. Drop 6, 4, 3, wheel, and switch it. Red light style, make it drop on the anything you hear that I said, I meant it. Can't got the crown, then spread out with it. Say you need I said I
If you
did it.
want to, we can supply you. Got enough work to feed the whole town. They won't shoot unless you try to. Come around and try to stop on our ground. 'Cause we taking over. Say we taking over. Say we taking over. Say we taking over. Listen.
Bounce, it's what I does. I get money every day I does that. It's how I ride, black flag on the left too. To ride you better move. Yeah, get shit like shine that's on my neck. I'm big like Diddy, I'm with it. Cali, we did it, Biggie of my city. Please no fit it, and I'm too ready to get stupid. Money that come, running like money so hot. Gee, Miami on fire, you better be. Might get on the porch of your fortress. Yeah, they see it, but no one reports it. I run in,
'Cause we
strip routes,
taking
follow.
over. Said we taking over. Said we taking over. Said we taking over. Listen.
Back when you see, better duck like the Mac out of East Pass. What? I don't give a fuck, I run these streets, y'all talk that. I want that beat. I'ma tell you like a G told me, they'll come back quick if cash rule everything around me. I'm YSL, Versace. You can see me in that Porsche GT. Coming down Sunset, sitting on D. Feeling like Pac, all lots on me. Fresh bandana and I'm mad trees. Please, I spit every verse. Some say Cali, some say Khalid. 12 years down and I'm finally
If you
free.
want to, we can supply you. Got enough work to feed the whole town. They won't shoot unless you try to. Come around and try to stop on our ground. 'Cause we taking over. Said we taking over. Said we taking over. Said we taking over. Listen.
You heard man, dad, I'm number one. Can't make me wrong, so we got it done. The family, I'ma give him some. Spent that conda. He didn't run. Sunday had a whole church singing a song. Why they had to send my baby home? With some that paper long. Been a G in the game, now my son on the throne.
I am the beast. Feed me rappers and feed me beats. I'm untamed, I need a leash. I'm insane, I need a shrink. I love and I need a leech. Why complain on easy streets? I don't even talk, I let the visa speak. And I like my Sprite Easter pink. And my wrist special pump, but the mule is cooler. I have more juice than your jeweler. Touching, I will your medulla. That's a it is not a tumor. Red light, stop your rumors. I stay on track like a box of Pumas. I just rock with Junior. I am the little big
'Cause we
Kahuna.
taking over.
One city at a time.
time for the fast break. We lead the way with LeBron. The assist to Kevin Love. Love scored 27 points in the game. But LeBron wasn't done. He had a triple-double. 29, 11 boards, 14 assists, tying Magic Johnson for the most with 8. Cleveland only trailed by 3 at the half, but Golden State separated in the second. Steph Curry also a triple-double. 32, 10, and 11, getting by LeBron on that one. And Curry wasn't done. The assist to Kevin Durant, who scored 33 and 11 boards. Warriors 132-113, and that's your fast break.
I can never get enough, and every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up, and they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there, 'cause all I do is win, and if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Swerving in my low, head on a swivel, you know serving me's a no-no. Clean as a whistle as I pull out in my Rolls Royce. Yellow bone passenger, they see it, they say, oh boy. Tell Kelly, back it up, my call me loco. Down for, don't make me pull that. Ask you what you laughing at, represent that mud life. Dirty money, you better get your mud right. We come together holding hands and holler hood life. We all in all black, it's like life. You riding or what? 'Cause we riding tonight. Now you riding with me 'cause you wasn't.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up, and they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there, 'cause all I do is win, and if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Heat in the kitchen, pot on the stove, water getting boiled. Being sold, Snoopy in the hookie, system overload. I've been running this rap game since I was 20 years old. I hung with the worst of them, bust till I burst them up, floss them up, toss them up, harder work, close them up. Pardon me, I'm bossing up, fresh it up, bless you, bro, don't mess with us. We like the U in the 80s, back to back, set a track, hit the lick, get it back, get the trick, jump the track. I want my money back, time and time again, while I'm sipping on this. Al Davis said it best.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. We'll watch the visiting squad as they go up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you know, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay things here on the analyst desk. On the basketball court, that's turnovers, that's missing assignments, missing rebounds. Same thing. Like, I know this is our, 82nd game this year. You're starting to feel a little bit. That's how those guys feel.
I didn't know the midpoint was the 82nd game.
Oh, Canada.
Welcome, fans, to 2K Sports Tuesday night presentation of NBA basketball. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We've got the visiting team and the Toronto Raptors. And, of course, the news going into this game, Mason Plumlee sidelined with an injury.
Well, it's going to be a few weeks until he's back, but that's not as bad as it could have been. It could have been much worse. In the end, given the way it looked when he was helped off the court last game, I think he'd consider that good news.
I don't think there's any doubt. You know, when you watch that live, that injury seemed to be far worse. So, still, small comfort for him having to sit these next few weeks out, but hopefully he'll be back soon.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Thompson is out there with Wall. Then there's Towns, and it's Inglis in at the 3 spot. On defense, the Raptors. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
Wall, that's good.
And really, Wall is a master at knocking shots down like that.
Wall's gone a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Now here is Lowry. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away 100% effort all the time.
And Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
And here's Valanciunas following the three-pointer by John Wall. Pass to Mickey. Lock at 6. Gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. From deep, Wall. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep. And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And here's Randolph following the three-pointer by John Wall. From deep three-point range, Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor, 7 for 7.
Man, they are doing some damage from deep.
Which is the main reason, partner, they're sitting on this big lead. Awesome shooting so far.
Mickey can't hit.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Thompson from long range. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and it's not a bad idea to give them a
Yes, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey.
A big factor in this game, he said, is how well they do to contain the young shooter Klay Thompson, saying Thompson can really give you trouble coming off screens. We got to have all-out energy fighting to stay on his hip, and then we need to pressure on the ball handler to try and delay the pass. Kevin, both jobs are hard.
Thanks, Doris. They need this. Can't get it to go.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
It's stolen by Lowry. Kicks it to Hayward. Pulls up on the wing. Wow, way off on that one.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Wall, that's good.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Raptors trail by 19. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin. Reverse that one home. Now that was nice, real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control.
How about the power and grace on that finish?
Just outstanding. I mean, basket after basket, perfection.
Unconscious from the field, guys. The fans are definitely getting their money's worth.
Now, here's Valanciunas. He's coming off a 16-point game against Houston. Right side, Wall. Pass to Babcock. Back to Wall. Thompson outside. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. 6 points for Klay Thompson.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Valanciunas can't get that one to fall. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Towns kicks to Thompson. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
This is a team that's focused, completely locked into the task at hand. What an impressive start to this game.
Mickey can't hit.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Randolph.
Here's a look at some stats for Randolph. How's the last month of basketball been for him? First in rebounding, first in steals. And then there's his work at the free throw line where he holds the best percentage league-wide.
And, you know, just going back real quick to the fact that he rebounds so well, I mean, that's a tremendous feat. He's a monster in the paint.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there. We've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips, but those turnovers could have been avoided. Careless mistakes.
Absolutely. They have got to get a tighter handle on the ball.
And the Raptors making a change here. Harris is checked in. Wall, that's good.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
In the corner, Randolph with it. Their offense, stone cold. Another miss there. Howard kicks to Wall. On the wing, Thompson. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
Yes.
Wall's got his third assist on the night. Lowry kicks to Randolph. And again, Toronto no up.
So far on the glass, it hasn't even been close.
Yeah, they're taking it to him. It feels like they've gotten every loose ball.
Wall, that's good.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, we've already seen plenty. And he's got more points from outside the arc than inside of it so far.
Now here is Harris. 14 points from him the last game against the Rockets in Houston.
Yeah, but Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. I mean, he was aggressive to attack the D, not settling, and really did a good job of cashing in on those free throws.
Here's Wall. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Chicago. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some.
For 3.
Wall's got 37.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's Randolph. Yeah.
Ricky Ross, T-Pain.
Got a fresh line up, yeah, fresh outfit. About to have the parking lot on smash. Plus I got a Chevy with a 454 in the hood. Got 125 on the dash.
I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far.
Cause it's just another day in the life of the
baby, we make magic. Come home with a thug, let's get cracking. Always well, baby, cause happen. She got the back seat, just a freak in the mood. Hopped in the tray, just to let the top back and thank God for the day. Who gives a what a hater gotta say? I made a couple $1 million last year. Still in the streets, strapped with them things. She in love with a G, so she tatted my name. I'm the biggest boss that you seen thus far. 10 black Maybachs back to back in the lane. I'ma make it rain, then I'ma make it back. You are just a lame little homie, that's a fact. Working with the police, acting like you know me. Fresh out of jail already in your
got a fresh line up, yeah, fresh outfit. About to have the parking lot on smash. Plus I got a Chevy with a 4.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We'll watch the visiting squad as they go up against the Charlotte Hornets. Taking a look at the Hornets, their record has fallen off the pace they set last season. No team wants to see that regression. They're looking to turn things around, and we'll see how they do tonight. And Klay Thompson, the son of former first overall pick Michael Thompson, I mean, when he gets hot, he can take over games.
And you know what? This guy, didn't he have 37 in one quarter last year? How incredible is that to get 37 in a quarter?
Not only that, Kenny also had 26 in a quarter later on.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he can shoot over anyone with his height, and he has a quick release. You know, he probably has the prettiest shot in the game.
I would agree with that.
37 and a quarter.
Right.
And your career high was?
41.
41 is your career high. 37 and a quarter. Does that impress Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah.
What's your high in a quarter?
I don't know. I didn't get the ball that much.
Oh,
you know who I played with.
You had 50. You had 60 in a game. Oh, my God.
I heard you, Shaq. I heard you.
I could be subliminal.
Let's get it to Kevin Harlan right now.
Because the guy didn't get it to him.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Warriors take to the road. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
Ready to go?
And, of course, they're looking forward to the return guys of John Henson.
Kevin, he went down a few weeks back. The good news, the flip side of that coin is that they're expecting him back short.
Yeah, the wait is almost over. Finally, he's going to be able to lace him up again.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Wall out there with Thompson. Then there's Towns, and it's Babcock in at the 4.
Babcock. That's his first personal foul.
The Hornets shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Shooting 2, Noah Vonleh.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw. Hornets on defense now. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And the effort down the stretch those final few minutes of regulation, you know, that's what they needed. They were burnt out in the overtime.
Yeah, that's a good call, Greg. I mean, there was a little bit of a letdown for them in OT, and that can happen after you expend so much energy just to force the overtime.
Now, here's Walker. After the miss from Klay Thompson. Here's Jukic. Here's Vonleh. It's rebounded by Towns. Ball with it. He's picked up by Walker. Ball passes to Babcock. The dish now to Thompson. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Here's Walker. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana. He feeds it to Vonleh. There's the screen. Here's Jukic, and he can't bank that one in.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Walker against Thompson. Can't hit the free throw line jump.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Walker kicks to Vonleh. And the Hornets miss again. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Now let's find out what head coach Steve Curry had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
He has a very specific approach laid out. He told me that they're going to concentrate on working the ball into the paint as much as possible today and taking advantage of what he believes is a significant edge for them on the interior. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Here is Wall. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Thompson outside. Left side, Wall. And an air ball on that one. Way off. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. And the leaderboard with some point guards who have been getting their hands dirty in the paint lately. Let's take a look at the top rebounding one guards of the last 10 games. Second, John Wall.
And it may not be the first thing you think about, but if you look at a lot of the all-time great point guards, their rebounding, that nose for the basketball is a big part of their game.
Absolutely. I mean, that's no coincidence. The ability to have an impact everywhere on the floor, not just on the perimeter. I think that's what separates a lot of the great point guards from the good ones.
Kemba Walker.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
Guys, I don't think there's any doubt that the work he's put in practicing free throw shooting has paid off. I mean, he's made nice strides in getting those shooting percentage numbers up.
The first free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one. The Hornets have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Vonleh kicks to Walker. Here's Jukic. That drops.
Your heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Wall dishes to Towns. The screen from Thompson. Stolen by Walker. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Walker's running. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Passes it to Houston. Just 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Towns. Gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Outside, Walker. There's the pass to Houston. Outside, Batum. No good from the wing. Outside, Wall. He dishes it to Towns. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Still looking for their first basket. 5 misses to start the game.
And the ball travels out of bounds. Turnover.
Let's see where Charlotte sits right now in the league rankings. 2nd in opponent field goal percentage. 5th in free throw percentage. And they also show up in the top 5 in not giving up the ball. This is a low turnover team. They value possessions, and they really concentrate on taking care of the rock.
And they've been outstanding defensively. As you can see from that ranking in opponent field goal percentage, they get after it and make everything a challenge.
Now here's Walker after the miss from Klay Thompson. Outside, Walker. There's a screen. Fades back, and nothing but hair on that one. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
Let's look here at the numbers for Vonleh. His last 10 games, he's getting around 4 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
And guys, they're finally getting the consistency they wanted to see from him. Look for that to continue.
Ball against Walker. All with it. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game.
Noah Vonleh. That's his first personal foul. At the line, Babcock taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
No, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Here's Eustace. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Singleton. He's checked in for Kemba Walker. Got a paltry 0 of 6 from the field here in what's been a very difficult start for them. It's Wall with the drive. Got a piece of it. They retain possession. Now here's Thompson. Guarded close. Pass to Babcock. Dishes at the wall. Not going to fall. Starting off slow. He misses his first 3 from the floor. Singleton the pass to Batum. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Howard. Pass to Inglis. Right wing. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
Charlotte ball. And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Hornets timeout call. Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets dance team.
Hornets leading by 3. They set the pick. Here's Cope. And that one comes up a bit short.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks. If he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Here's Singleton. 11 points for him in that last game against Indiana.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man.
Here's Snow. They trail by 3. Arthur kicks to Chandler. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And here's Charlotte. The feed now to Singleton. Answer the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And Clark, they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, I think so. Too cool. I mean, just not forceful enough, not alert or aggressive enough, and sometimes trying to do too much with the basketball.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Hornets leading by 3. Inside. And the ball goes out of bounds. Turned over.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here's Snow. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Charlotte moving the ball around. And the ball goes out of bounds. Turned over.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
He kicks it to Arthur. Feeds to Chandler. Screened by Howard. There's the dish to Arthur. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here's Singleton. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Out to the right wing. Oh. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Pass to Snow. It's rebounded by Kelly.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Offensive rebound. Chandler outside. Howard dishes to Arthur. Chandler outside. For the 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And there were a few teams that gave them trouble last year, but this team was one that you wouldn't have expected.
Well, what you will expect, Greg, is that they will have added motivation for this game. They want to prove that they should be the favorite to win against any team they face.
Snow can't hit. Hornets lead by 3. And the ball travels out of bounds. Turnover.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
Timeout call. Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets dance team.
There's the screen to the paint. Here's Joseph. The rebound by Middleton.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the board for them.
Yeah, +5, as you mentioned. That didn't take very long, did it?
They need this one. No luck.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Chandler, no good. Hornets leading by 3. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Shoots from 12, and it doesn't even draw iron. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones a long time without a basket.
They got to find some, you're right.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
.141 left in the first quarter. On the wing, Chandler. Great D that time from Middleton.
He tried to throw the spin move into his act that time. It worked about as well as you'd expect, Kev. That's not his game.
There's a good screen. Here's Singleton. Misses in close.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Joseph. Howard, the pass to Chandler. Answer the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Charlotte making a switch. Livingston's checked in. Charlotte leading by 3. Middleton, a screen on Howard. Kicks it to Singleton.
Hornets foul. Cody.
Go the other way.
That's his first personal foul.
Two for one opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Chandler kicks to Howard. Chandler a screen. Howard the pass to Snow. 6 to shoot. Expanding his range. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
What a start they've gotten off to on the glass. I mean, they've come out banging.
And when a game starts off like this, Clark, there's an intimidation factor, a physicality that they've brought that comes into play.
Gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. To the inside. Chandler outside. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your edge in the game.
Carl Anthony Towns.
Trying to get back on track.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the team.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Here's Singleton. There's the buzzer, and not much scoring at all through the first quarter of play. Hornets lead by 3. We've got more in store for you right after this. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Baby on that rap to pay the bill. Now fit it, not even.
Play free. You know, just play like you're playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, forever.
Every diamond.
You know, he may be having fun, but I'm not so sure playing street ball is really working out for Kemba, who needs to shoot better than 38% for the Hornets to go anywhere, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I mean, what might be better than continuing to play the same game you've been playing forever is to take your game to a new level, and that's going to take some discipline. I think Kemba has more than enough talent to be able to do that, but that's his challenge moving forward.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
Klay Thompson is out there with Wall. Then there's Towns. And it's Babcock in at the force line. Shoots. Eustace can't get it to go. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Inglis dishes to Thompson. 5 on the clock. Shoots from the baseline, and no good. Trying to use the glass. To the middle, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Walker's checked in for Charlotte. Gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Outside, Wall. And Thompson kicks to Towns, and it's blocked. On the wing, Batum. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
Now, here's Walker. It's a 3-point game. Tries from 16. Good D by Thompson.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
And, Greg, you know how it is. Sometimes it only takes one or two baskets. we're getting ready to pump a little life into this one.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Outside, Walker. They get it back.
In a moment now to see some numbers for Wall. He's putting up about 28 points a game, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
Well, his mindset allows him to stack those points up. He wants to carry the load, and clearly he does.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Towns.
The defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Over in the corner, Batum, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker.
Kevin, here we can get a look at Charlotte and what kind of numbers they've put up these last 10 games. First in fewest turnovers a game. Second in free throw percentage. And they're in the top 10 in opponent field goal percentage. That's pretty good company. It points out the fact that they do prioritize the defensive end.
And, you know, going back to their turnovers, fewest in our league. That shows you the intelligence they play with. You have to beat them. They are not going to do it for you.
Here's Walker. Following the three-pointer by John Wall. And let's go now to the rookie watch. For the past month, these have been the most productive NBA rookie scores. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lets it fly. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Wall's got 8.
And doing a great job here just stringing together solid possessions as they build that lead.
I tell you, there's no substitute for consistency, Greg. You know that. I know it.
Assisted by
You can stay in control of the game. They'll stay in control of it if they simply stay good with their execution of the game plan and don't waste any possession.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team. And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
And the Hornets making a change here. Kelly's checked in. And Batum kicks to Walker. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Take a look at the Wizards. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, there's the Hornets, 5.5 games behind.
And, you know, for the Hornets, they haven't attracted any serious attention here in the early season. It's been the kind of average start that most had predicted.
Well, at least they haven't self-destructed. I mean, they're right there with all the other teams in the thick of the early playoff chase.
Hornets on defense now. Following the missed shot by Noah Vonleh. Ingles kicks to Thompson. A three-pointer is right on target. Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board. For 3. And it's Walker penetrating, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here is Wall. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. A 3. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart. They've been very untidy with the ball here. Commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Yeah, I get it 365, 12 months, 24/7. Gotta get it, I need it steady. No one give it all I give. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. How we live. How we live. How we live. They don't love us, they just love it how we live. 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 Say they don't love us, they just love it how we live. 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 They don't love us, they just love it how we live.
You was never around, had to hold it down. We the youngest, we was thugging, you was never found. What's that feeling? I'm the realest. All them nights I had to struggle trying to find some dinner. They don't really love me, they not really for me. When I die, is you gon' show up to the ceremony? I just bought a Bentley, just to bet you Christian Louboutin to make a switch religion. I'm not stupid, baby, but the mansion is. Me and Benji are related like we're relatives. Brought the millions in. Go and get it, I'm the shit and don't need no laxative.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We'll watch the visiting squad as they go up against the Orlando Magic. Well, for Orlando, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. And as we come up to the midway point of the season, Kenny, we're seeing some of the veterans who started slower now picking up the pace.
Well, I think early on, a lot of times, if you've been in the playoff for some veterans, the early going in the season is a little mundane. But then as you start seeing the light at the tunnel, they don't pace themselves anymore. And you want to make sure that you're in playoff position to make something special happen at the end of the year.
Excellent use of the word mundane, by the way. How about you, Shaq?
Well, Monday, experience told me when you need to go hard and when you need to pull back. You know, the best veterans will be there when it matters the most.
That's mundane, not
okay, I thought he said Monday.
Like mundane Tuesday, Wednesday,
Okay.
Thursday.
Got it, my bad.
Two different things.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Being on some chill. We go 0 to 100.
We'll be bringing you the conference matchup in this one as the Warriors take to the road. The Magic are looking to grab one here for the home fans in Orlando before heading out again. And of course, Al Jefferson. They're struggling without him.
Kevin, I thought he was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
Chemistry-wise, I agree with you, Clark, because he was a glue guy. He's the guy that kind of held things together for them in a few areas, and so not having him around might take some getting used to.
The 6 ain't friendly, but it's where I lay up. Lay up.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready? Tip-off goes to Orlando. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Wall. He's out there with Thompson. And it's Inglis in at the 3 spot. And the pass goes out of bounds, and they'll turn it over. Wall with it. The 3. Good.
John
Wall's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Really good job of creating just enough space to let that one fly.
They set the screen. Payne gets a wide open look, and that shot misses everything. Air ball on the 3. On defense, Orlando. It's a 3-point game coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them because for long stretches they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheets, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. I mean, it was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end.
Releases. He drains the quick shot.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
The wide open look here for Oladipo. Again, Oladipo missing. Outside, Wall. Shot off the pick. And he gets it to go.
John Wall.
Wall's got 5 now.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
Now, here's Whiteside. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Thompson for the triple, and he gets it to go.
Klay Thompson.
Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Magic timeout call.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
Just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this time out here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
And now the first time out called here for the Magic.
And it wasn't a matchup they fared well in last year, as they just couldn't figure this team out.
0-2 for them in this matchup last year, Greg. Both teams fighting every second of the way, trying to push into the playoffs in their respective conferences.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. No one near Wall as he lets it go. And the 3 ball is good. Wall's got 8 points.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been 3-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
They set the pick, and that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Thompson for 3. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Macy, and he can't stop this drought. Another miss.
Still can't quite get anything to fall after 5 tries. This is a team that's focused, completely locked into the task at hand. What an impressive start to this game.
Now we'll go to Dorisburg, who had a chance.
None of that, your facts are backwards. Nas is a rebel of the street corner, pulling it
out the dresser. Police got me under pressure. Now, I'm not your legal type of fella. Drinking, street dweller who's always on the corner. Bless when I dress is never nothing less than guess. Kobe walking with a bop and my hat turned back.
Ricky Rose.